I just got back from vacation last night. I'm exhausted and I was gonna put off this video, but I just couldn't. I had to tell you this. If you're an athlete, like basically everyone that struggles with perfectionism, you're gonna wanna be a part of this conversation. As female athletes specifically, perfectionism is something that is like ingrained in us. We shoot for perfection in so many areas of our life, whether it's just tests that we take, classes that we take, our sport, the list goes on, but perfectionism lives within a lot of us, and we need to shift how we think of perfectionism. On my podcast, When the Cleats Come Off, I interviewed Richardson, who is a GOAT in our game, and she talked about perfectionism, and she broke it down in this way, and I just can't get it out of my head. It's my favorite definition of perfectionism. And she goes, instead of looking at perfectionism as this, being perfect, how about we look at it as being in the pursuit of perfection? When I look at my career and I was able to play professionally in college and live out dreams that, are wild and crazy, but I don't want to go there. But I do want to tell you about the ways I believe I was able to be really great in my sport. And it kind of has everything to do with what Dot said. I remember going to lessons, and the entire week between my one lesson and the next week, my dad and I spent hours upon hours upon hours trying to become as perfect as I could at the drills that I was given in my lesson. Because my dad goes, we're not spending all this money for you to go to lessons to repeat the same thing every single time that you go. So from the garage, from our basement, from our local facility, our field, whatever we had access to, we devoted as much time as possible to become as great as I could at this drill. And I do say we because I couldn't have become the athlete that I became without my dad. So I want you to start thinking of perfectionism as let's go after big things. Let's put in the work to become as close to perfect as possible with the thing, but understand that perfection is not actually attainable. But if you work to become as perfect as possible in multiple areas of your game, of your sport, of really anything, over time, you're gonna realize that you're a dang good athlete. If you're struggling with the low and outside pitch, go hammer the low and outside pitch. Do it for months, for weeks at a time. Do it until you feel really comfortable there. And I guarantee you're gonna feel a lot more confident with that pitch in your approach come game time. So instead of trying to be perfect, try to make your training to get as perfect as possible, knowing it's not attainable, but over time, you're going to become a really great athlete that can do multiple things really, really well. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do to become the best version of you. So I hope this reflection of perfectionism helps you actually breathe a little bit easier and realize there are areas of your game that you need to put a lot of effort into. And if you zone in on that one specific thing, become as close to perfect as possible, you're gonna feel a lot better in the box. And then you can go find your next thing and next area that you can improve at. Good luck. I hope this was helpful. If it was, go listen to my podcast, When the Cleats Come Off. Richardson's on there, Carol Hutchins is on there, Sue Anquist is on there, Monica Abbott, Kat Osterman, all these great softball players, but also just great people that you can learn a lot about your game and about yourself. I'll make sure to tag it.